interviewed about 30 fat activists around the world, people of all different backgrounds and perspectives, many of whom had decades of experience in fat activism.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of A Million or the Moon. Look, as you all know, as the CEO of this company, I like to promote an environment of inclusivity, feminism, and kind of dismantling walls and borders and removing discrimination. And so I'd like to announce that in that effort to end discrimination at our company, I would like to announce that our board of directors is now 100% female, and we will be excluding males from this role entirely in order to end discrimination. I'm very proud of this policy. It's been a long time in the making. And what do you have to say, Messin, intern here at A Million of the Moon, about this new policy?
I am receiving this news like everyone else right now. So you're saying everybody is a female on the board of directors?
Yes. So in order to end discrimination, we're not allowing men to apply for this role or to occupy this role whatsoever. Only female board of directors in order to end discrimination.
Well, I identify as a female as of right now, then.
Well, I'd like to thank you for your bravery. And in order to kind of continue the bravery here at A Million of the Moon, I also kind of want to promote fat activism. As you know, I've been spending a lot of time and money and resources of the company going to kind of different fat activist events, Lizzo concerts, that kind of thing. And so I want to kind of promote one of my personal heroes who kind of discusses the issue of fat activism. So why don't we take a look?
And nobody gave me a consistent answer about what it actually is. And so given this, it made sense to me that fat activism can be absolutely anything. It just really depends on the context. And this makes fat activism really exciting because it means you can tailor it. You can tailor it to what you're interested in, or the things that you enjoy, or the things that you're good at, or very, very specific moments in your life. And so I kind of thought that fat activism could be something really big, like a street protest. That's the thing that most people think of as activism when I talk to people about it. Or letter writing.
But
go ahead, spew your hate.
You're gonna go on a protest that requires you to kind of do some sort of like physical exercise.
Right. But then you just go and eat more to kind of compensate.
Okay. That makes sense.
Campaign, that kind of thing. And it can be as small as a wink directed at the right person at the right time. Like that. And it can involve changing laws, but it can also involve having a conversation with somebody or wearing something good. And sometimes it's about refusal of dominant cultural values, and sometimes it's really, really ambiguous. Some fat activists try and draw lines about what is and what isn't fat activism, but I think that kind of ideological purity is completely overrated. And I'm interested in those kind of hybrids that people develop for themselves and kind of try and draw in to make livable lives. My fat activism is a part of my daily life. I don't put on a uniform or an outfit or something special to do it or go somewhere. It's really embedded in the way that I think about things.
So just to clarify, this is the A Million of the Moon new board of directors.
That I do, the people I know. It's there in how I walk and how I talk. And I don't see much separation between activism and life. You could think of it as a kind of consciousness. Sometimes I do stuff that's more recognizable as activism. So I make things. I make zines, which are small homemade publications, like this one, which I have for free. You can have a copy afterwards if you want. And sometimes I write and publish things like my book, and I've published stuff in... Well, I'm sitting on the board for the Fat Studies Journal. It's an interdisciplinary journal of body weight and society. There's a mouthful for you. And contribute to...
I'm sorry. I hear the Russians trying to contact us right now. Do you hear that as well?
Someone's at the door.
I hear
marching. Yeah, I hear marching.
Okay, well, let's continue.
I think that's from the actual video.
And also our own beautiful Fat Studies in the UK, which Karina co-edited.
Well, why don't we take a moment to kind of discuss our new board of directors here? I'm frankly very proud to have such a strong, female panel of board of directors kind of discussing some of the most pressing issues of our time. What do you have to say?
I really don't have much to say, to be
No,
honest with you.
I think this is powerful and inspiring.
What what's powerful and inspiring? Me not saying shit?
No, well, yes, that's a part of it, but no, frankly, just the importance of kind of discussing fat activism and how kind of the issues with being fat are a myth and just part of the patriarchy, right? Like this is something you don't understand. I have so much to like teach you and educate you on, but
I don't
part of
understand how
the
you
myth.
stuffing cookies and chips in your mouth and just downing that all day long is a part of the patriarchy. Like I don't understand what patriarchy contributes to that in
That's
any way,
because
shape, or
you're
form.
very ignorant. That's why. Moving on. So the
So I do stuff that is activism. And sometimes my activism is very
Can you go
small
back a
and
bit?
subtle.
Like
It can be something.
looks like she's doing everything but exercise.
do you want to get thrown in a fucking internment camp? Do you want to go back
Sorry.
to the camps?
I'm
I
sorry.
swear to
I'm
God,
sorry.
one phone
These
call
are just some
and
thoughts. I'm trying to
and
still
you're
work on
gone
it,
for
man. You know
another
me.
6
You know
months.
me. I'm sorry. I mean, like, I'm just saying that she's saying
Yeah,
a whole lot of shit. It's been 20 minutes. She could have been just running. But again, who am I to speak? Plus, I went to a re-education camp, so I'm trying these intrusive thoughts I get. I'm trying to really control them down. But she could have. You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm with. Go protest. Maybe that would, that would burn some calories.
So you're very pro the protesting part.
I'm pro. You know, I think that's how we get that. Yeah, that's how we're gonna get. That's how we're gonna get. That's a genius idea. We're gonna get them to go protest
To burn calories.
all these fat activists, and byproduct of that is them losing weight. I think that's a genius idea. What do you think?
Look, man. Okay, to perhaps attempt to bring some kind of seriousness to this discussion. As a fat man myself, who's overweight and I think technically obese, look, man, this shit's unhealthy, right? Like, this is not good. It is not a good thing to be fat. And like, it's funny because, like, again, trying to bring this back to a serious place. This kind of discussion I think stems from acceptance and not wanting to discriminate against people and living in a kumbaya kind of world. But the reality is that I think there's a lot of reality denial going on in a lot of society today where it is frankly unhealthy to be fat. It should not be what's the word, like you shouldn't go around like just shitting on fat people, but it's not something to be admired. It has health consequences. You know what I
Of
mean?
course. Of
Yeah.
course. I mean, I think anybody with a couple brain cells would know that your heart still needs to beat. When your arteries get clogged up, you would die straight up. And look, I don't know. It's obviously funny. We're trying to add a funny spin to this whole thing, but it's also kind of sad to be honest, because I think our society got so fucking lazy that we'll do anything but what's necessary to stay healthy or to have or make some sort of a change. You get what I'm saying? She's making books and magazines and this and that. Fam, go work out, and that's about it. But the problem is, some people do have some problems, like literally like biological problems with their health and all that stuff. So they really cannot lose weight, or they have these issues that they really don't have any control of. I get that, but if you're downing Cheetos and Pepsi and you're smoking and this and this and this and that and you're home all day, get your ass up, bro. Get up.
Yeah.
Get up
Look,
and do some running, man.
you shouldn't be go out of your way to like just make
No,
fun of people,
we should
but
hate on them.
but again, like this, it's not something that should be applauded, or it's not like something to strive for. Frankly has health consequences, and so
Yeah.
I it's a funny goddamn world we live in,
Are we
man.
coming off harsh on this shit? Yeah, I'm just speaking my thoughts, bro.
I don't think so. I think we're pretty well rounded. I mean, like we don't come from a place of hate. Like this is objectively funny, right? Like just the promotion of an unhealthy living style is, I think, objectively funny, right? And so
Yeah.
if we try and kind of point out the absurdity while also attempting to, understand where they're coming from, I mean, that's I don't know how else to kind of thread this this needle here.
It's a very soft society, man, and I think that's how you can just kind of see it. That's the only lens I can see it from. If you have any problems, it's not in your control. I get that. You have a medical issue, I get it. But if you're just, just literally living an unhealthy lifestyle and blaming other people for it, that's on you, boo boo.
And
You
look,
gotta
by the
own it.
way, like for me or for anyone who says, "Look, I don't care if I get diabetes. I don't care if I die when I'm 40. I just want to eat cake, whatever." I mean, that's technically your life
Do you?
decision. Like, it's your choice to smoke cigarettes. It's your choice to do drugs. It's your choice to eat yourself to an early grave.
But you shouldn't promote it.
But it shouldn't be applauded. It's not
Yeah,
something to idealize. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I
I agree,
don't
man.
know. I think we're being reasonable.
100%. And I'm
Let us
sorry
know
I
down in the
went a
comments
little.
below, folks.
I'm sorry if I went a little bit hard on our board of directors. I don't want to go back to the re-education camp, and I just came out of prison. I appreciate you guys, and
It's not a prison. It's a work camp,
re-education camp.
re-education camp.
Yeah.
Don't you forget it. Like and subscribe.